everybody, and welcome back to Russia for episode number 4 of Kalinovka. So we've finished off the baling. I've got quite a few bales from this bit of land. I've got one 3,500 litre. That was a 125 centimetre bale, and then the rest are 5,500 litres. And they have 150 centimetre. So, as I said before, I want to do the silage and the hay bales as bigger ones, and then the straw bales as smaller ones, because they'll be a better mix for the total mixed ration for the cows. So yeah, we need to get all these wrapped. So I have got one in mind. This is a mod that I downloaded. Originally it was only 125 centimetre bales, but with a bit of help from a friend, Deeply Disturbed, I've managed to convert that to accept 150 centimetre bales. It's cheap, it's only 8,200, but also once it's wrapped, it puts it onto this little that's a bale turner, so empties it onto there, and then it turns the bale as it drops it onto the flat side, which will help us out with loading it up onto trailers and stuff. So I'm just going to buy this one. I think we'll have black wrap. We'll buy that. We'll go and fetch that in a minute. And then what I've also done, this bit here, I removed all the trees and I mowed the grass. So that gave me an extra, nearly a whole bale of this piece of land here. And then I've painted in the grass again, but I've also placed down a little shed. I think the shed was 1,200. So that will be our bale shed. So yeah, so we'll go and get this bale wrapper. We might stop and get some fuel as well on the way, because we are a bit low in this tractor. So how's everyone doing? Hope you're all doing well. I hope you're enjoying the series so far. I'm definitely enjoying playing it. It's like I say, this map is stunning. It really is, especially in the light this time of the day, 5:15, coming into the evening. Yeah, the lighting's really nice. I'm driving on the wrong side of the road. I have just recorded an episode of Buckland Farm, so obviously I'm back in the UK there. Not used to being on the other side of the road. So I think we'll get these bales wrapped, and then get them into the shed. And then I think that'll be it for August. We'll go into September. We've got the 2 fields of our own that we need to prep. And then we'll see if there's any contracts available, maybe. Right, so I've got the manual fueling mod on, so I'm not too sure what side I've got to be on. There we go. I'm not sure the size of the tank on this. It's not too bad, 220. That's not too bad at all, I suppose. I mean, that'll be a lot in real life, but yeah. Not as much as my lorry in real life. It's about £400 fill up at the moment. So I'm glad that's not my bill. As I do fill it up probably twice a week sometimes if I'm really busy. And we had the fuel crisis not so long ago, where it was all sort of £2 a litre. That was ridiculous. So it was costing about £600 to fill up the lorry each time. It's absolutely ridiculous. But, cost of living and everything at the moment is well, I don't need to go on. It's everybody knows how bad it is. So. Right, so I'll get back to the farm, and then I'll probably put the bale wrapping into a bit of a time lapse, and we'll get them all picked up and stored away.
Crossing the waters, breaking all the limits, then I'm pushing it harder. Striking every match, light it up where it's dark. Now just ain't enough for me. All the stuff that we said has been wasted. So many times, my trust I've been tainted. Line up excuses, it's all getting gated. Leaves me with a bad taste in my mouth. What are you waiting for? Get up and get it done. As I'm running the corners, waiting for the wave, take me across all the borders, riding like the wind, going down without warning. Just ain't enough for me. All the stuff that we've done has been hasted. So many times, my trust has been tainted. Line up excuses, it's all overrated. It leaves me with a bad taste in my mouth. What are you waiting for? Get up and get it done. What are you waiting for? The journey's just begun. And I'm crossing the waters, breaking all the limits, then I'm pushing it harder. Striking every match, light it up where it's dark. Now just ain't enough for me. All the stuff that we said has been wasted. So many times, my trust has been tainted. Line up excuses, it's all getting gated. Leaves me with a bad taste in my mouth. What are you waiting for? Get up and get it done. What are you waiting for? The journey's just begun. What are you waiting for?
Right. So, we're now in September. I've finished off as you saw in the time lapse, I've got everything picked up, put into our storage shed here. So we have 13 wrapped silage bales, or well, they're fermenting, but they will be silage bales. And then we've obviously these two smaller bales we couldn't wrap, so I've just put them in there for now. I'm not sure what we're going to do with those yet, but then we'll also need to get all the straw stacked up in there. But for now, we need to go and purchase a plough, and then we can get this field ploughed out. And then if you remember, we also need to plough this field, the only field on the map that needs ploughing. But yeah, so just wonder if it is still it's still the only one. Oh, so now now that crop destruction, stubble destruction is actually showing up. No, it's not. It's the weeds. Yeah, it's the weeds that's showing up. Yeah, so we need to get these two fields ploughed. So I'm just going to head to the shop. I have been up and done a bit more forestry. In fact, I'll just show you that now. I only did one more trailer load. Just from that section there. As you can see, we have a new vehicle. So the little larder, once I completely filled that trailer, and it was completely full, it's up to about there, it just couldn't handle the weight. So that whole trailer was 7,000 litres, I think, which I put into the firewood production. So that's got plenty of wood in there now to get on with. So I've bought this, which is the UAZ 469. Yeah, that is cool. You've got to, you can't look at that and say it doesn't look cool. So I'm hoping, because it's more of a sort of 4x4 type thing, it will handle the weight a bit better. It's that. That sounds great. I love it. This is part of the reason I wanted to do this series, just because of some of the cool stuff that I can use. But yeah, so the larder I got 3,800 for, and this was 4,500. So we lost £700 euros, but yeah, it's worth it. So yeah, I need to get a plough. So the one I'm looking at, just go over to the shop. The one I'm looking at getting is part of the PSKU pack. Says 3 ploughs in this pack, 3 metre, 3.6 and a 4.8. And as you can see, the horsepower requirement goes up. I want to use this one because it's the biggest. It's still not massive. It's only 4.8. I mean, I could go down that one, 6 metre, 9 metre lizard subsoiler plough. 9 metres, 17 grand. Can't go wrong. And you don't need anywhere near as much horsepower as it says you do. But I don't want to do that in this series. I want to keep it kind of authentic, as I've said. So, but yeah, so the only problem with this one is it needs 320 horsepower, which none of my tractors have got. I think the nearest is 180 in the bigger red MTZ. But I do like this plough because it is kind of straight. I don't like the traditional sort of ploughs. I just can't get on with them, which is probably the reason I use that Lizard 9 meter, 6 meter subsoiler one. But this is sort of in between. It is kind of straight, so I think I'll get on better with that. So yeah, the horsepower requirement is 320, and it's 12.5 grand. So I have got let me just check the horsepower in that. Oh, it's not even 180, it's 130. Yeah, so we've got 59 horsepower, 130, and 105. So we've got nowhere near what we need. So I did mention I wanted to get a bigger tractor, and I did say that I was possibly going to trade one of the other tractors in, which would have been the red MTZ. But I like myself a tractor. It doesn't matter what I play on, I always end up with at least 4 tractors. And I know they're not always needed, but I just like a tractor. So I'm not going to trade anything in. I am going to get this IMT 5360. Another cool looking mod. So you can have 360 horsepower, or for just £4,000 more, you can have 500 horsepower. So I'm going to get the 5360. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a loan. The tractor, as I want it spec'd, is going to be 100. I'm going to say 112. I think it was, possibly a little bit less. Then we've got the plough, which is 12.5. But also, just go into here, we've had some fertilizing contracts pop up. Quite a few of them. I have got the forage mod on, the forage contracts mod, but I haven't actually got any forage harvesters installed yet. So I've also got the lime contract mod. But yeah, so there's some harvesting contracts. I do sort of want to do a bit of maybe root crops, but again, that'll probably be a whole episode with. Obviously, I wouldn't use the supplied equipment. I'd want to use authentic equipment that I'm already using in line with that. So older Eastern European sort of style stuff. So yeah, I want to buy a fertilizer spreader because I'm gonna probably take on a couple of fertilizing contracts. So we're going to need a loan for around 150, I think. So I'm going to use the loan system mod. So at the moment, I can borrow 512,588. So if we do 150, see what 5 years would be. Yeah, 2,769 a month. So I think that should be fine. So we'll take that. And then we shall buy ourselves a nice new tractor. So as I say, I'm going to leave it 360. So you can have tracked, Lizard tracked. Michelin or Trelleborg. So I'm going to go Michelin. You can have standard, wide, with wheel weights, or twins. I'm going to go with twins because I think that just looks really good. Tyre sound will put to about 65%. Design, that just removes the fenders off the back. I think we'll leave those on. Exhaust. So we've got long, new long, which puts it further back. Short, back to long. So I'm going to leave that at long. Don't need GPS. And the number plate is fine. So yeah, 106. So we'll buy that. And then we want plough. So we're going to change the colour to a soily type of colour, just because it's a plough. 5.5 for that. And then the fertiliser I wanted to buy, fertiliser spreader, sorry. So I've got a couple. I've got this one, which is 8,000 litre and 24 metre spread. But it's 24.5 grand. Got an old Amazon there. Again, it's a lot of money. And then I've got this one, and I've got this one. So this is the cheapest one. It's got the biggest capacity and 20 metre spread, and it will do fertiliser and lime. This one will also do fertiliser and lime, 20 metre spread, but only 4,000 metre. But I prefer the look of that. I do prefer the look of that one. So I think I'm going to go for that. So I don't want, if you notice, I have been taking the protective covers off stuff because I just like to see all the belts and chains and inner workings of things. I think it looks pretty cool. We'll put a cover on it for 200 extra. So we can change the cover. Let's change that to white. Rims will leave as red. Just change that number plate. Right, 12,200. So, oh, and I will need to buy some fertiliser. So I have actually got some sort of Eastern European type stuff, a lot of Polish seeds and fertiliser. But the cheapest fertiliser I've got is this one. That's £1,000 for 1,000 litres. I have got the farm supply pack installed. I'm not sure if I've got it on this save actually, but I am using that on Buckland Farm series. So yeah, I think we'll stick with this one. So we'll get 4 to fill it up. We should be able to do 2, 3, maybe 4 contracts for that. But buying it this way as well, we should get the whatever's left back sort of refunded. So yeah. Right, so let's get the plough over to our field. I don't normally like articulated tractors, so I find them a bit hard sometimes to manoeuvre, but doing? A bit too close. There we go. Hopefully that won't be... Oh yeah, it's easy. And we can create fields. Good, I didn't actually check that before. Is there any way to fold it? Right, so that's for doors. It's for windows. Don't think there's going to be... No, I'm not going to be able to fold it, so we're just going to have to watch that. Right, I'll see you back at the farm. So, back at the farm. I'm going to get this new field ploughed out. So I think I want to leave a bit of a gap between the roadway or pathway track. So I think if we start around here, and we'll leave a little bit of an edge by the trees up ahead and the fence. I won't be using this entrance to the farm now because this will all be a field. So yeah, so if I allow create field and then lower that, so we'll just go round and do the outline of the field. So as I was driving back to the farm, the plough was in the way a little bit, shall we say, of the oncoming traffic. But luckily, it sort of went over the top of the cars. There was a couple of vans, bigger cars that just sort of bumped over the top of, but yeah. Hopefully we won't need to go anywhere too far away from the farm in the future. Just follow this round and leave a bit of an edge. So why is that not letting me do that? Right, so it's not letting me. That's a bit strange. Go back and tidy that bit up. I can never get the edges looking decent. But it'll do. So apart from that first bit, it hasn't actually brought up many stones. In fact, it hasn't. I don't think. Oh, a few there. Maybe when we go fill it in, it will create some stones. Well, it's not liking doing these edge bits, is it? It's strange. So hopefully it will let me do that other little bit. So is it just when I think it's just when I'm turning. Maybe. Yeah, I think it's when I'm turning it won't. Well, if I'm turning that way, I wonder if I come from this direction. Got to get used to this articulated movement. Yeah, so I've got to try and make sure I'm always coming this way. It was a little bit close to the other field there, but won't be a problem. So I think what I'll do once I've ploughed the outline out, I'll use the landscaping painting tool to just try and make the edges a bit better. So yeah, and I think we will just carry on going the other way, as it seems to do it a bit better there. So yeah, I'm going to get on, plough this field out, and then plough the other field over there. I think I'll put it into a time lapse. So I shall see you when that's all done.
And I'm blinded by the sunshine in your eyes. Not thinking twice, am I this dumb? Although I know you're all I want. How could I crave something so bad? My sweaty palms reveal a warning I should hear. But I don't care, you drive me mad. I'll ignore the truth and run to you. So we could drive away. You'll hear me say everything is gonna be okay. I don't need nobody else. Obsessed with you, try to stop me, but I'm under your spell. Can't help myself. You know too well I need you close. Can't help myself. Try to stop me, but I'm under your spell. Can't help myself. Try to stop me, but I'm under your spell. And suddenly I'm by your side. 'Cause I am out of things to explain how I feel. It's better to enjoy the ride. I feel at home, never alone. My friends are asking me if I've left the planet 'cause I seem high all the time. They think I'm in a film noir, but my impression is that I'm in heaven. So we could drive away. You'll hear me say everything is gonna be okay. I don't need nobody else. Obsessed with you, try to stop me, but I'm under your spell. Can't help myself. You know too well I need you close. Can't help myself. Try to stop me, but I'm under your spell. Can't help myself. Try to stop me, but I'm under your spell. Can't help myself. Try to stop me, but I'm under your spell. Did someone put something in my drink? The world is spinning in my head. When you hold me, it feels so soothing. You're like a story I know so well. Can't help myself. You know too well I need you close. Can't help myself. I need you. Try to stop me, but I'm under your spell. Can't help myself. Can't help myself. Can't help myself. Can't help myself. Try to stop me, but I'm under your spell.
That's all the ploughing done. On this field I did set it off on a courseplay course so I could get a bit of the time-lapse filmed. You may have seen it did miss a few bits on the ends, so I'll just have to go over those, tidy those up a bit. But what I also forgot was when I came off our created field, I forgot to turn the allow create fields off on the plough. So as it's just done the headlands, it's actually the bits where it's gone over, it's created a field. So I think I'll just go around the edge again, like on the created field, and I'll tidy it up with a landscaping painting tool. But yeah, so we've got a new beast on the farm and a new field. I will need to soil sample this field because it doesn't actually show up on the PDA as a field, so I can't get the soil information. I also need to get the soil information for the 2 leased fields. Stones, there's just these couple of piles on the outside, so I'll probably just lease a stone picker before the next episode and quickly grab them. There's no stones come up on that field over there at all, which is a bit strange, but yeah, so I think that is going to be it for this episode. Next episode we'll be concentrating on prepping these fields, because we're in September. We can plant wheat, barley and canola and rye, I think it is. So we'll get some of them in the ground. And as I say, we're going to take on a couple of these fertilising contracts just to get some money in the bank. So I'll probably do a couple of those off camera, and probably get a couple of loads of wood into the sawmill to start the pallet production. Just have a look over here. I think we have got a bit of honey started appearing. Or not. It does say there's 154 litres of it, so maybe it doesn't show until there's a pallet of it, but keep an eye on that. We have got 2 pallets of firewood over at the firewood production, so we'll need to load those up onto a trailer and sell them. In fact, I don't actually have a flatbed trailer, so we're going to have to look at buying. Oh, of course I do. Got that one. Yeah, so I need to get those bales off that and get that over to the firewood production. But yeah, so a few bits to do. So I'm going to do a few bits off camera, as I say, and then in the next episode we can concentrate on getting these fields prepped and drilled with some crops. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give it a like, and please consider subscribing if you don't already. Will help the channel go a long way. And I hope you're enjoying the series so far, and what I'm doing. So thank you very much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.